Into a neighborhood, the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna go through my entire area for the day, and I'm gonna look for Vivint signs. If I can find Vivint signs in my neighborhood, I know that it's gonna be a hot neighborhood because A, I know that someone has already sold there. So if someone can sell there, I know I can sell there. Once I find those Vivint customers, I'm gonna knock on their door, make sure everything's okay with their system, and then I'm gonna ask for referrals.
You can use them to help you have more ammo on the doors. Who's new to the neighborhood? Who's lived there a long time? Who are the reputable people in the neighborhood that you should probably talk to? Is there an HOA in the neighborhood? Okay, who's the president of the HOA? Go talk to them and figure out the best way of going about it, but also build a good relationship so people are familiar with you.
Basically, any signs of life, I'm gonna knock that door, because all I'm trying to do is talk to qualified buyers, right? A big thing that helps me as well is if I am in a neighborhood and let's say it's early in the day and I do get a hold of someone, if I have a lot of trust with that person in the neighborhood, I'm gonna ask, does anyone work home during the day? Is there anyone I can go see right now? That way they can actually lead me to my next sale, right? Another thing that can help is moving signs. Someone just moving in, probably interested in security, or if they're just moving out, they can give you a lot of information on the neighborhood. You don't wanna waste any time knocking doors where if no one's home or you don't have any information on your neighborhood.
Yeah, I think an important thing to prospect is what people's jobs are in the neighborhood, what they typically do. Are they, are a lot of them corporate employees that work from 9 to 5? You can kind of know then what you're looking in. If they're shift workers, you kind of know, how your neighborhood's going to be worked between the hours of 1:30 and 5 and then 5 and 9.
You also don't want to spend time with anyone who's not a decision maker. A lot of times to gauge someone if they can actually make a decision, whether I'm talking to a husband or a wife, is I'll ask questions like, how much is your energy bill per month? If they know these numbers, if they know how much they're paying for their current alarm provider and their energy bill, I know that they most likely deal with the finances. A lot of times reps will make a mistake and they'll pitch the husband or the wife when it's not their decision, and they'll get so far, they'll get into the house, they'll do the presentation, then it's, hey, I need to talk to my husband about this or my wife about this. What I do is if I gauge and I don't feel like they're the one to make the decision, I'll ask them simply, hey, what time does your husband or wife get home? And then I tell them I'll swing by after 6, let's say.
If you prospect correctly, you already know kind of the age, the demographic, who their work, do they have toys out, this and that, and you can kind of understand what they would need. So you know how to present the product in the right way. You already know what the objections are going to come about. If you don't prospect, you don't know what you're going to present, you don't know what objections are going to come about, and you're not going to be able to close that consumer.
I can't say how important it is that when you get into a neighborhood, most of the homeowners know that you're out there. They're talking about you on their Facebook pages, their next door pages, whatever it may be. And so it's really important that you're not twiddling your thumbs, you're not sitting down, you're not making a bad image of yourself, because your customers in your neighborhood is knowing that. And so when I've actually had the most success in a neighborhood is I actually know the names of almost every single neighbor. I use my sales as momentum and I use them on my side. So when I pitch a new door, I've said, hey, I've set up Sandy and Steve and Mike and Joe, and I use the neighborhood to my advantage. It's really important that you maintain professionalism in the neighborhood. The challenge today is I want you guys, when you're out and about, is I want you to keep track of all of your qualified buyers that you talk to. Not someone home, but actually someone who can make a decision on the system. And once you track how many qualified buyers you talk to and your sales ratio, you're gonna see a direct correlation. So keep in mind that your objective is to talk to qualified buyers, not just anyone, but someone who can actually make a decision.